Superman may save the world on the daily, but when it comes to his love life, well, that's a whole other battle. From cosmic queens trying to steal his heart to time travelers playing matchmaker, the Man of Steel has found himself in some seriously weird and romantic situations. It's a love story roller coaster, and trust me, you won't believe the strange twists and turns that even Superman couldn't avoid. Lana Lang, the girl next door in Smallville, was Clark's first love. Their bond as teenagers was heartwarming, but their love story wasn't without its rough patches. Lana struggled with Clark's secretive nature, which often made her feel shut out of his life. Later, her complicated feelings resurfaced when she reconnected with Clark in Metropolis, creating tension with Lois. Adding fuel to the fire, there were moments when Lana flirted with the idea of staying in Smallville forever, hoping Clark might do the same. Lemaris, Superman's college sweetheart and a mermaid from Atlantis, always left a lasting impact on Clark, though their relationship was never destined to last due to their different worlds. Lori's emotional depth and her sacrifice when leaving Clark behind for her Atlantis duties showed how much she loved him. In an unexpected twist, it was revealed that Lori had an important role in guiding Atlantis in Superman's absence, proving that her bond with him was not just personal but also tied to a greater responsibility. Maxima, the fierce queen from Almerok, chased after Superman relentlessly, convinced he was the perfect mate to bear her powerful children. Although Superman never fully returned her affections, there was a time when Maxima was caught in a morally gray area. In a controversial twist, she briefly took over the body of Lois Lane, trying to force Clark to love her. This left a deep rift between the two women. Lois Lane is Superman's most iconic love, but their relationship hasn't always been straightforward. Beyond her obsession with Superman's heroic feats, Lois often overlooked Clark Kent, which created a puzzling dynamic. Superman's constant need to keep his identity hidden led to countless misunderstandings, sometimes even pushing Lois into dangerous situations. Adding to the intrigue was Lois's brief romantic entanglement with Bruce Wayne, which created tension between Gotham's Dark Knight and Metropolis hero. This love triangle became one of the most talked about twists in their relationship history. Wonder Woman. Superman and Wonder Woman seemed like a perfect pair, but their relationship was anything but simple. While they shared mutual respect and admiration, their romance often sparked debates among their Justice League colleagues. Some saw it as a distraction, while others questioned whether their bond was built on shared loneliness rather than true compatibility. At one point, their partnership even led to a rift with Lois Lane, as she feared their growing closeness. Their dynamic also raised questions about whether the beings of immense power could ever find balance in a relationship. Cat Grant, always confident and a bit flirtatious, caused trouble in the Daily Planet with her open attraction to Clark Kent. While it seemed like a harmless flirtation at first, it got complicated when Cat was unknowingly caught between her admiration for Clark and her professional rivalry with Lois Lane. Her connection to Superman grew more serious in some storylines, but she was always aware of the complicated dynamics around her, particularly Lois's presence. Cat even helped Clark and Lois get together in some versions of the story, showing that despite the tension, she was willing to step aside for true love. Lila LL, a beautiful actress from Krypton, became a key part of Superman's past when he traveled back in time. While their romance was brief, it was passionate and full of cosmic significance. Lila's tragic fate dying along with Krypton haunted Superman for years. In a strange turn, Lila was resurrected in some storylines, only for Superman to realize that the woman she had become wasn't the one he had loved. She was a manifestation of his memories, forcing Clark to confront the emotional scars of his lost home and the choices he made. Sally Selwyn, a skilled pilot, brought a sense of adventure to Superman's life. Their brief relationship was full of passionate moments, but Sally's fierce independence led to complications. She often found herself in dangerous situations, much to Superman's frustration. The twist came when Sally ended up as an unintentional ally of one of Superman's adversaries, putting herself in danger once again. This time, her defiance of Superman's attempts to protect her led to a bittersweet separation, as Sally chose to continue living life on her own terms. Kristen Wells, a time-traveling historian, had an intense connection with Superman during her brief visit to his era. Their romance was fascinating but complicated due to the constraints of time travel. In one timeline, Kristen found herself becoming Superman's partner, but when the timeline reset, she was forced to leave him behind. The twist in their story came when Kristen revealed that she had discovered an alternate future where she and Clark were married with children, making him question what could have been. Cidora, with her mystical charm and dangerous allure, had a fleeting but intense relationship with Superman. Her connection with him was built on a mix of fascination and manipulation, but things took an interesting turn when it was revealed that she was trying to take control of Superman's powers for her own gain. However, she was also intrigued by the purity of Superman's moral compass, leading to a somewhat twisted admiration for him. Eventually, their relationship fizzled out as Cidora returned to her chaotic ways, but not before leaving Superman with a lingering sense of both curiosity and caution. Big Barda's relationship with Superman was often implied rather than overt, but their strong, heroic connection left room for speculations. In one storyline, Big Barda and Superman teamed up to face a common threat, and during the mission, their chemistry was undeniable. While they both maintained a professional relationship, there were hints that Superman was drawn to Barda's strength and independence. The twist came when Barda, in a rare moment of vulnerability, shared her struggles with Superman, showing him that even the most powerful can have their weaknesses. Luma Lii, a superpowered alien from another world, shared a brief but intense romance with Superman. They were a perfect match in terms of strength and ideals, but their relationship faced insurmountable challenges when Luma's homeworld required her return. The twist in their relationship came when Luma was faced with an existential dilemma. She could either stay with Clark, which would cause her planet to fall into ruin, or leave and preserve her people's future. The heart-wrenching decision led to their parting, and Superman was left with the painful knowledge that sometimes love requires sacrifice. Lisa LaSalle, a kind and normal woman, was one of the rare people who truly understood Clark Kent's struggles. She was a grounding force in his chaotic life, and for a time, Superman considered a future with her. However, the twist came when Lisa learned the truth about Clark's dual identity, and she was faced with the impossible decision of whether she could live in the shadow of Superman's responsibilities. Though their romance ended, Lisa's influence helped Clark realize that a normal life was still a part of who he was, even if he could never fully leave behind his heroic role. Which of Superman's love interests do you think actually stood a chance? Let us know in the comments below, and if you're curious about the real drama behind Spider-Man's girlfriends, Hulk's love life, and Batman's complicated relationships, check out our videos on them.